Hey, good morning, Morter Marchers. I'm Dr. Ted Morter. Thank you for being here with me today on this beautiful Monday morning. Jana's birthday today, actually, so that's an exciting day. We're already laughing around about that and having some fun. Tax day coming up on Wednesday. That's not quite so joyous, but it's all right. You know, you got to pay your taxes. It's all right. You got to find the joy. Behind the joy, you got to let it go. You know, we could be somewhere where you don't have any infrastructure, don't have any government. You got people trying to do bad things to you all the time. What I was thinking about today, about let it go and find the joy, I was thinking about, things that happen to me and how I grow and how I learn and how I pay attention to things that are going on in my life. And here's what I've learned. When you bump up against something all the time, you keep bumping up against it, that's an opportunity for you to make a shift, to make a change, to shift towards something different. If you want a different outcome, you got to put a different input in there. It's pretty simple. So if you bump up against things that are not giving you joy, that are not bringing joy into your life, I've told you before in the Morter March that in my communication with you guys, is that I just stopped doing that. I stopped doing things that don't bring me joy, period, end of story. If it's not joyful in my life, I eliminate it. Because at this point, I'm 68 years old. I don't know how many more times I'm going to have to mow my yard in this lifetime, but I'm hoping a lot more. But you've got to be able to enjoy things. Hey, Blake, good to see you again, buddy. Been missing you. LaDonna, good to see you here this morning. About finding the joy. You have to look for it because it's not just going to come up and pop you and hit you in the face and say, hey, give you a big kiss. Here's your joy. No, that's not the way that it works. You have to create the opportunity for joy to come into your life. So you have to not sweat the small stuff. You got to get away from that. You have to get away from the idea that it's all on, that it's all on me. I have to fix everything. I got to make it all just right so that I can experience joy. No, that's not how it works. I encourage you to think about relationships that you're having with people. If you're a practitioner, it could be your patients. If not, it could be someone in your family. It could be a wife, a husband, a sibling. It could be children. It could be grandparents. It could be parents. It could be your boss. It could be anybody like this that you're around, that you're having difficulty finding joy. Now, the reason for that is that you're projecting onto that relationship, you're projecting your beliefs, your ideas about what you think is correct, right, or wrong, what you're projecting out there, and it's not congruent with what you're experiencing. So you tend to back away, you tend to pull inward, pull away from it, and just go and deny. And that's not the best thing for you health-wise. It's not. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's not the best thing for you health-wise. For you to experience joy, true joy, you have to let go of the small stuff and forget about that crap. And it's difficult in this day and age with social media and the news and everything that's out there because I've noticed what happens is it tends to split people apart when we've never been apart. I see this all the time. We just had our 50th reunion, class reunion, and there's so much polarization, it seems like, with people because of politics. And that's just crazy. You got to stop experiencing that and start experiencing the joy. And I'll give you an example. We had our big reunion this past fall. You probably remember me talking about that. We had over 400 people here at the farm for a great decade reunion, it was called, for 10 years from 1970 to 1980. It was a wonderful, wonderful party. It was huge. It was great. It was a lot of fun. People put down their beliefs as much as I could see about politics or about what they were upset about. And I found a lot of people saying, I'm not coming because I hated this person back in high school. I still hate him. I'm thinking, whoa, what a waste of energy and what a waste of your life. Really? That was 50 years ago. And you still won't come to a reunion because of something somebody said to you back in high school. These things are real, people. I'm telling you, this is real. People think this way. And people believe these things, and they're experiencing pain and difficulty and stress in their life because of this. So what I'm saying is we just had a luncheon where we all come we're going to do this every other month or so. And, about 20, I think there was probably 20 people there that came to this luncheon. It was a barbecue place. It was really, really fun. And I saw a lot of the people there that I know have different views on things than I have. Different political opinions, different stances on government, different things about their city that they like or don't like. Some people like bike paths. Some people don't like bike paths. Some people like the roundabouts that we're putting everywhere here. And some people don't like who cares? Who gives a crap about all that stuff? And what I learned was as we sat there, we went back and reminisced about the things that we remember from high school, the fun times that we had back then. And then those barriers tend to break down because we found common ground. You got to not sweat the small stuff, put that crap out of your life, and start to bring in joy. Bring in the joyful feelings that you had. In this example, back from high school, we talked about things we did as kids, crazy things we did. We should have, probably could have been killed multiple times. We should have been in jail many, many times. All the crazy things that we did is probably not much different than what they're doing now, but it seems a lot worse now than what we did. But the truth be told, if you put down the ideas that we have now, the preconceived ideas about what people, who they are based on what kind of a badge they wear or what kind of a mask they would wear or this or that, it's just crazy. If you just put that down, go back to when life was a little more simple, I think it will bring a lot more joy into your life. So if you have a relationship with someone that you're having a difficulty with, why not just go back and find the small things you remember before that weren't difficult, that were fun, that you had a relationship for so many, many, many years, and you expand on that. You start with the little things and you work up to little. I always tell you this, start small. Eat an elephant, start with a bite, and work your way up until you can sit there and say, you know what, I do enjoy being around you. I do enjoy having a conversation with you, talking about things that we can agree on instead of the things we disagree on. It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. He says, oh my goodness, yes, I heard the same issues at my high school reunion. Laugh out loud, you're right. I know, I see these things all the time. So why keep bottling that up inside? Why not just let it go? And say, you know what, fine. If you like this particular candidate or this particular idea or this particular policy, fine. You can have that. I'll think something different about that, but I'm not going to judge you and your character based on the idea that you've been swayed a certain way to think a certain way, and I've been swayed a certain way to think a certain way. We don't need to judge on that. We just need to let it go, set it down, put that bag down, and say, you know what? What can we agree on? What can we have some fun about? What can we do? And a lot of people cannot do that. I've seen that happen. I saw it happen even at the reunion. Some people got upset because they didn't want to do something a certain way or this way or that way, and they just pout and quit and go home and never come back. And I'm like, that's crazy. It's crazy. But some people do crazy things. Don't be one of those people. Don't be the crazy. Be the person who's, even killed, that can say, okay, I'll hear what you have to say about that, and here's what I think about that. How can we agree to disagree, or how can we move forward? These things will take the stress and the pressure away from you so that you don't feel like you have to fix it. See, this is me. I'm talking about me. It takes the pressure away from me knowing that I don't have to fix anything, because you can't fix anything. People are going to do what people are going to do, and it's just crazy. Great. To me, it seems crazy. To them, it doesn't seem like it's crazy, but that's just somebody else's opinion. And that's okay. They can have an opinion. And if they have an opinion of me, I don't want to hear about it because it's none of my business. Think about that. Take these things to heart. And so I encourage you to find something today that you've had a challenge with. When we think about this, you've had a challenge. And identify that challenge, what it is, and then eliminate it from your thinking. Flip the switch on that. Flip the table around on that and say, okay, well, that's all right. They can be that way. It's not on me to fix it. I don't have to fix it because I'm going to be in joy. And when you release the idea that you're going to change anybody's mind, you're going to sway them to your side. It never happens. You can argue with an idiot and they'll just beat you with experience. It's just crazy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not have arguments with people that think a different way about something else. Just leave them be. Leave them be. And find the joy. Go back to something that you did with that person that you had fun with. And if you've never had any fun with them and they're just an ass, don't go to lunch with them. Don't go do that. Do the things that bring you joy. I try to do things that bring me joy. And I'm as guilty as any of us. Sometimes you let things go and you let it go and they start to fester and you think, well, how'd that all happen? Well, you never identified it. You never fixed it right in the beginning. Just fix it. Find the joy. Move on. Everybody's got a good side to them. You just have to be able to expose that and then work with that. Because they'll get sick because of their lack of joy, because of how they're internalizing these stresses. It takes its toll on the physical body over time. That's all I'm saying. It's not your fault. You can't fix it. Let it go. Find your joy. It's not your fault. You can't fix it. let it go, find your joy. Find common ground and work towards that, not the extraneous things that probably, the things that you worry about that never come to fruition. 95% of the stress you think about all the time that's going to happen, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You can store up millions of guns and bullets and things waiting on something bad to happen. It's not going to happen. But you just worry about it all the time. You worry about it all the time. You can be a hoarder. You worry about it all the time. Don't do that. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. It's not your fault. Find the joy. So I'm going to be, here's how you do this now. With the Morter March, let me tell you how this all ties together. So with the Morter March, you're going to think about more joy in my life. So you're going to let things go. You're going to find the joy. So think about, when you do this march right now, think about things that have given you stress. Okay? Pick one. A kid, a relative, a boss, a coworker, somebody that's, just an ass to you. Think about that, and then lower your shoulders, take a breath, and think about joyful thoughts. Find the joy. The joy. I want more joy in my life. I bring more joy to my life. I create more joy in my life. Joy. That's what I'm going to do. Come on, do it with me. Do this march. You know how to do this. If you go to www.mortermarchmonday.com, watch the videos, you can learn how to do it. It's real simple. It's free. Just go do it, and you can do this march with us. Because this march spreads through all of you, all over the world. It goes everywhere. It goes everywhere. You got to find the joy. So I'm going to be thankful and grateful for more joy in my life. So I'm going to start with my left foot forward. I know it looks different on the video here. I'll start my left foot forward, my right arm up. I'm thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Okay? Now switch the other way. Put your right foot out, left arm up. Come on, do it with me. I'm thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Joy in my life. Thankful and grateful for joy in my life. If you're wobbly, if you're having trouble with that, move over against like a sofa or a bed or a chair so that you can bump up against it, give you a little more stability. Left foot out again. I'm thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Come on, do it with me. More joy in my life. Give me that joy, baby. I'm looking for more joy in my life. I'm thankful and grateful for all this joy coming in my life. Joy in my life. Blake, are you doing out there on the West Coast? Thankful and grateful for joy in my life. I know he is. I know he is. More joy in my life. All right. I'm thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Joy in my life. Joy in my life. One more time. I'm thankful and grateful for joy in my life. Joy in my life. Joy in my life. So I encourage you throughout this week, when you do this Morter March, you should do it every single day, to be thankful and grateful and bring more joy into your life at every single moment that you can. If you're feeling burred up about something and you're upset about this, just analyze why that is. Why do I even care about that? Who gives a crap? Why do I care about that? I don't really. But I do care about my family. I care about my farm. I care about the people around me that I love. I care about those that I don't even know. Maybe I can help them with more joy. Lord knows we need a little bit more of it, I think, in this day and age. Can't get enough joy. I'll see you next week. I'm Dr. Ted. Bye.